Welcome, everybody. Midlife Vices, episode 216, Game Night. We are the Booster Gold of YouTube shows. Glad to have you here with us. As always, I am Steve, and with me is Jim. What's going on tonight?
Not much. No time like to bring it up like right after the introduction. What's with that little box in the introduction? There's like a little box highlight box.
That's a TV screen.
It don't look like a TV screen.
Like,
It
I don't
looks like
know.
it looks like it looks like you drag like not you, but like a drag and paste highlight.
I'm not sure. Let me see. How about that? The box in the middle of the big TV? Yeah, that was the best outline I could find for it. It's
Okay,
always
I
been
was
there.
just
Yeah,
curious.
yeah,
I figured
yeah. That's just
let's air all the dirty laundry right now. Like what's
that
up
was
with
just a
that?
fancy. That's a fancy TV screen, and then the borders all around that. So every time, the screen's always in that box.
Okay,
Whatever's showing is always in that box.
okay. No, I'm doing well. How you doing, Steve?
I'm feeling a little self conscious now. Like,
Yeah, like anything you do is not good enough for me.
I'm glad it only took you 2 seasons to.
No, I noticed it a long time ago. I've always forgotten it by the end of the show, and I've never asked you. So I was like, let's do it on camera.
Yeah, it was just an artistic choice when I did the design.
Nice,
Yeah, because I'm
very
very
nice.
artsy. So yeah, what's new? Anything?
Uh, Not a whole lot of new. I just talked to you about the garden a little bit. The garden is falling apart fast. Just weeds, and it's unbearably hot outside. I mean, we're getting some stuff, but
Right.
but it doesn't look pretty anymore, and
Yeah.
that's big for me.
Yeah.
We bought a new grill, which you know as well, and I've been grilling every night for a week now, and
I'm glad you.
enjoying.
I'm glad you stated that you were. I thought you might have. Our viewers might have thought you were talking about like your teeth or something like, or
Got a new
maybe
grill.
Heather got a grill or. But no,
No, no, no, no. A barbecue.
barbecue. All right.
So that's fun. I get my wife no longer cooks. I cook every night. So
Nice.
well for the summer, and then
Yeah.
she gets back when
I
she
know. Yeah.
wants. I'm just kidding. Uh,
So do you get the? I uh, I grill a lot during the summer too, and I kind of think it's like a big deal because I'm taking the cooking off of her and stuff like that. But then when there's other people around, she'll point out that well, she does all the hard prep work of everything in the kitchen, and all I do is walk outside and start a fire and throw it on.
that's exactly what I told her tonight.
You know?
I was like, you still prep everything. You do
Yeah.
everything. I even make you come out and temp the food.
Oh, really?
Well, the only reason being it's because
You don't know how to read a
she will
thermometer?
wonder the whole time if I was
Oh,
temping it.
gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, yeah. All I do is light the coals and pour it over and put
Yeah.
stuff on it, and then just walk around and drink and
Drink beer. Yeah.
yeah, so
It's a rough life. Yes. I don't tempt the food. I'm kind of a by feel kind of guy. So
well, I don't want to overcook something like chicken.
sure, sure.
And then
Have you used the Weber much before, or is this like your first
no,
time with
no,
the
I've
Weber?
never been much of a barbecuer. Of course, I've
Right.
never had reason to before
Sure.
getting married and having kids and
Yeah.
enjoying this. So yeah, it's fun, and my father-in-law is an exceptional barbecuer,
Yeah.
and so we like to do like I put a picture of the lasagna. We grill the lasagnas, and we do stuff like
Uh-huh.
that on the grill, and man, it's just so good.
I tried lasagna, but the noodles kept falling through, so I gave up.
Yeah, you gotta the oven mitts, the wife underneath holding.
That's right.
So my wife's birthday just went by this week.
Yeah.
We had a good day on Tuesday. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah. So yesterday.
So now she can drink with you.
What's
That's
that?
nice. Now she can drink with you. That's nice.
Yeah, she's legal. Finally. Uh, Show's gonna put me in jail. Uh, let's see. So yeah, I finally gave her the Jimmy Halpert comic book from The Office. She liked it
pretty
very
awesome.
much.
Yeah.
I bought a little sign as well. Don't know where that's at, but yeah, we had a good day. We took her out to lunch at her favorite coffee shop, and I thought carnivals were expensive. Coffee shops are outrageous.
Oh,
Actually, I can't say that. Their coffee is very reasonable, and it's a local place. So,
right.
and they know us, so it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
we did spend more than what we normally would for lunch, but
Sure. But carnivals, they don't. I mean, our county fair was last week. We went on Wednesday, which was opening day, and it was only it was $15 total to get in, so that's not bad at all. Parking's
you didn't pay to
free.
get in.
Yeah, you pay to get in to a county fair,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah, I guess I have never been to a county fair.
and then we ordered. We each ordered got a regular lemonade, and those were $5 a piece. Like for a glass of lemonade, $5, and then a hot dog was $6 each,
22,
and then we got a funnel cake, which was 10.
32.
Yes, 32. Then I played a game. So throwing darts at balloons, right? So we walk up and the guy's like, $10 for 3 darts. You win a prize no matter what. So we're there. I pay the $10 for the 3 darts. And with each dart, I pop a balloon. So I was 3 for 3. And he pulls out the small prize. The same prize I would have got if I would have hit nothing. I'm like, so what was the point of throwing the darts if I was going to win that prize anyway?
Yeah.
It's like, well, the next size up is another $10 if you know. So basically, it doesn't even matter. You're just paying $10 for a prize.
You're paying for the stuffed animal. Is all you're doing
for a 50-cent stuffed animal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, but if I break all three, it should upsize with each one I pop. I would think, but man, they screw you at the carnival.
Yeah. Throw them at him next time.
That would have been the way to go. But on the way back, we stopped at a pet store or a pet food store and saw a flyer for some puppies. So yes, we're gonna have a new puppy in about 5 weeks now.
Still got a puppy in the oven.
That's right. Still got a puppy in the oven. It was
they were only
2 weeks old. Eyes weren't even open. Although we did get a video of them walking around for the first time. The guy sent us a video, so that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we're really looking forward to that. And his name will be Oz. My wife named this one. I named Parker. My wife gets to name this one. So
not after the prison.
Not after the prison.
Yeah.
Not after Ozzy Osbourne, but after the Wizard of Oz. So that's going to be fun having a puppy. We're already putting money away for new furniture because it's a lab and labs chew. So.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's good. I'm like excited for you.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm sure we'll be the annoying people posting. Well, we already do it with Parker, so
yeah. Well, you can send them to me anytime. I don't mind.
Will do. But other than that, not a whole lot going on. Not much at all.
It's almost like we have a cohesive flow to this week's show.
That's right. We should point out tonight's topic. Game night will be our top 10 games, whether that's video games, board games, what have you. We'll be getting to that list in a little bit. But what was the best of the week for you, Jim?
Best of the week. So I am continuing to read Jeremy Adams' Flash Run. Mm-hmm. I am in his second volume of his trades. It's just fantastic. I love the villains. I love Wally West. I love Barry Allen. I've really enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
He's kind of the hero that I wanted all my heroes to be. You know what I'm saying? He's
not the hero you want. He's the hero you need.
He's the one I deserve.
He's the one you deserve.
No, yeah, it's just I don't know. I guess I find the villains, his foes, have been really interesting. And silly. You know what I'm saying? It's just enough silliness to make me enjoy it, I guess. It's just been an entertaining read. That's maybe not the best I've read, but the best I've read will be coming up shortly. So the best I've watched. What have we watched? We've watched Modern Family. We watched a couple of really good episodes of Modern Family last night. We're continuing to watch Newhart.
Yeah. How many episodes in are you? Like, we're only 7 episodes in on Newhart, I think.
We're in the second we're near the end of the second season.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So the best of the week for me is we finally finished Ghosts, the second season.
Oh, yeah.
We had 3 episodes that we hadn't watched, and I don't know how we didn't do that.
Huh.
But I really enjoyed them. And
so remind me, what was the finale again?
Someone gets sucked off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Or they say that. I have my doubts anyone leaving the show, but the episode where they have to go to the strip club and to meet her relative,
that's pretty funny.
And they're talking about like when's the last time anyone got sucked off here? It makes me laugh every time.
I know.
It's so funny. Dirty, Mom. I'm sorry. It's so dirty, but it makes me laugh out loud.
It's the innocence with what they say it, right?
I mean, it's just, because it's they don't mean it as dirty as how I take it.
No,
I take it dirty. Trust me.
Yeah, that's good. So for me, it's we just like half hour ago finished the season of Secret Invasion. And I really enjoyed it. I think my wife really enjoyed it. I liked, it was. I wanted more episodes. 6, like this felt like a quick, felt like a quick ending. I should be used to that, but it just kind of snuck up on me, and there was no way around it. But yeah, I mean, it's a different kind of Marvel series, and I really enjoyed it. And again, it ends on a kind of a cliffhanger. I don't know if there's going to be a second season. I don't know how there really would be. I mean, I guess it would be easy to do it, but
they would just say season 2 when it starts.
Right, but spoiler alert: good guys win, bad guys lose. That's what That's
what happens. I've watched half the first episode. I threw it on when I couldn't sleep one night, and I really enjoyed what I've seen. It's really hard for us to watch TV right now because the boys are staying up till 8:30, and I wake up at 4, so I fall asleep at 9:30 on the couch.
Right.
So yeah, it's
speaking of good guys winning and bad guys losing. So on Lost in Comics last night or this morning, I watched it. They were discussing who would win between Iron Man and I don't know, some dude from somewhere, whoever that is. Yeah. My answer to this is always going to be, they're comic book characters. The good guy is going to win. How many comic books end with the villain winning? That doesn't happen. So the answer to all of these should always be the good guy, because that's what makes them the good guy, is that they always overcome these challenges where there's no way they could beat them, and they beat them. So
yeah. I don't know if you saw it, but this sparked me messing with Adam a little bit on Twitter or X-Twitter or TwitX. I don't know. But he put on, any idiot would know that Homelander would win this fight. And I was like, well, no. For one, the writer determines who wins the fight.
Right, I put that in the...
My fictitious character is not stronger than your fictitious character. I don't care how I roll the dice, It's the writer always wins who he wants to have win.
Absolutely.
I believe Stan Lee was the person who said that. Who wins it? Whoever's writing the story. That's how you know who's going to win the story.
Of course, it's a fun discussion to have.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And so I had said that, and I said, and if you can buy into the theory that Batman can beat anybody with prep time, you can buy into anything in comics.
Right.
Because if you can't see that this other guy can win, then you're going against your theory that Batman wins with prep time. No, you don't. If So
Yeah,
anyway, it's
it's
fun.
always fun.
Yeah, and it's just me messing with Adam.
Yeah, of course.
I, I
My
like
other
it.
best of the week, we have been binge watching Hot Ones. I cannot get enough of this show. I
Yeah, it's
love.
great. He's a great
Oh man,
interviewer.
we just watched John Bernthal. Was fantastic.
I don't know who that is.
He plays the Punisher on the
Oh,
TV show. He played Shane on Walking Dead.
okay,
A few
gotcha.
other things. Um, he was great. We watched the Elizabeth Olsen one.
I
Um,
like Elizabeth.
she was good at it. Of course, it wasn't as interesting because she didn't get as animated, and I like it when they kind of play it up a little bit and go along with the are in
Mm-hmm.
on the joke. And she kind of, but it was still fun. And then the best one I told you about it earlier in the week, and now I can't even remember what it was.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah. There's memes made out of that episode. So
Yeah, yeah, he was fantastic.
yeah,
But I'm at the point now. Like I know I would tap out on the first one because like Tabasco sauce, like 3 drops on my egg is too hot for me.
yeah.
Uh, but
So
I still watching it. I'm like, I would love to give that a try.
that's
I would
exactly what.
love to do that.
Remember, I put that tweet out
Yeah.
that
Yep.
me. I think I could finish all the hot sauces on Hot Ones. Also, me. Boy, this one jalapeno for my garden is way too hot for my eggs. So I think we all talk ourselves in. We think we're a little tougher.
I just love it when they get to the bomb and everybody has the same thing to say about it. Like there are no redeeming qualities to this.
Yes,
It doesn't even come close to tasting good, and
I
it
mean,
makes me so curious.
It would be. We should do it live on the show.
Oh, how would we do that? Like just have one of them, or
We would have to order them, and then
have
we would.
like 5 of them, or
Yeah, not gonna do it though. yeah, won't do it.
man, that would be fun.
It would be comical. You'd probably hear me
But yeah,
swear.
he's a great interviewer,
He
and
is.
he's a great researcher or he has a great research team because they're all
I'm
like,
sure
"Where did you find that information?"
I'm sure
Yeah.
that whole.
Yeah,
That's all true. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a great team,
right.
but yeah, he does it without notes or anything like that. So I think it's. I think he's really good. I
Yeah.
really enjoy his interviews.
Yeah.
So
The John Bernthal one, the first wing, he takes a bite, and John Bernthal says something, and he kind of laughs and inhales, and you can see he's choking. You can see the fear in his eyes, and everybody's sitting there watching him, like, "Are you coming out of this?" So it's like a good 15 seconds that he's not breathing, and he finally coughs it up. But it's pretty dramatic.
oh, I gotta check that out. Yeah, I my problem is I don't know most actors' names, so
Yeah,
unless I recognize them by sight and the thumbnail
right.
on my subscriptions on YouTube, I don't go too far out of the way. Who was this week? There was a new there was a good one this week. I can't remember.
Yeah, we watched it. We talked about it.
Yeah, yes, we did. What was it? I don't know.
Let me see. Oh man, we just watched it. Let me go to YouTube. Hold on, maybe a second. Hopefully, I don't close out the whole window
Like me?
and shut down. Yeah, shut down everything. John Stamos.
Oh yes, John Stamos.
Oh, he was so good.
Oh yes,
Oh,
he was
great.
fun.
Yeah, he
when,
was
when
fantastic.
his this is what killed Bob Saget. Floored me. And then he's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh, come on,
He's like,
Bob would have said it a lot sooner than
I would
this."
have made that joke just a whole lot sooner. Yeah,
Yeah,
such a good show.
yeah, that's great.
Breaking news, you kind of alluded to it earlier. Apparently, Twitter is now X. And what I find interesting about that is it makes no difference to anything. And Elon Musk is the greatest marketer ever because even if people hate it, people are either tweeting 1,000 times that they love it or hate it. So the amount of information and tweets going back and forth have increased greatly, increasing the money that he makes. So it's genius. Yeah, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, I have no opinion what it's called. I still use it. You know, I
Everybody's still going to say tweet. Everybody's still going to call it Twitter.
yeah.
So maybe in 20 years, once 5-year-olds or 25-year-olds. Well, no, by then we won't even have computers, so it'll be something totally different. What else? SDCC, San Diego Comic Con happened. Apparently, it was great.
Yeah, I don't know. It was more about the comics this year, apparently.
That's what I heard on LNC.
Yeah, I've not finished watching that show. I was there for the first 20 minutes or whatever, and then I had to leave.
Yeah, I got about half of it. I did like your asthma comment. That was pretty good.
Thank you. I try. The comments seem to be way too serious now. There's like no joking around in there except for.
I didn't even know what was going on last night. I would have been there live.
Oh,
but I had no idea.
I thought about I should have texted
you. Yeah, but that is the breaking news.
Oh, yes. Wow.
I wonder how old she is, and like that's probably like 10 years old. She's probably all decrepit in it.
Oh, yes.
You wonder how old she is. Are we back on this? Like the age?
Oh, have we talked about this before? Man, how many of these have I had?
2 weeks in a row. All right. So what do you got for us this week?
Okay, so this week and the best thing I'm reading because it's one of the probably the greatest graphic novel I've written. I received my Watchmen Absolute Edition.
How do you read that? I mean, you have to be sitting at a desk, right? You can't be like kicked back on your bed.
Yeah, no, I sit down. I same thing. I read everything on the couch right there.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So anyway, yeah, it's just these are beautiful books. This is how I'm buying.
They are.
Yeah. This is how I'm buying stuff. Just for comparison, this is my Watchmen hardcover.
Uh-huh.
That's just how much bigger they are. It's just,
and as you get older, that means bigger text. It's easier to read for.
Yes, it does. Yeah. So anyway, I'm rereading this. I'm doing one comic a day and loving it. I don't know if I've ever actually read every page. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't read all the under the hood stuff, and so I'm doing it this time. I'm taking my time, and I had to do it in 2 sittings today because I started falling asleep. But
yeah, that's always a challenge.
But I am doing it, and the slipcase is just, I don't know. Yeah, so you can bet I'm going to be buying Doomsday Clock in this and spending more money.
I know. Ever since you went on that budget, you've
Ever since I went on a budget?
Yeah. All right. Well, what do I have? I tried to stick to tonight's theme. So I've got the Star Wars Monopoly original classic trilogy edition, which is really cool. And it comes with some pretty cool figures. So this is going to be tough. I don't know if people will see these at all. Luke. Is that Luke? Nope. That's Obi-Wan.
Okay, Obi-Wan.
Oh, Obi-Wan. We got Boba Fett.
That doesn't look like Boba Fett's helmet.
No, maybe it's not Boba Fett. I can't see it. No, that's definitely Boba Fett. Or is that... No, that's Boba Fett, yeah.
It looked like a Stormtrooper helmet.
You know what? You're probably right.
Yeah, that's a Stormtrooper helmet.
And then Darth.
Nice. I recognize him.
Yeah, I got that one. And Leia. She's dead. Spoiler.
A New Hope Leia.
New Hope. Yes.
A New Hope to Leia.
So that is my show and tell for the
Nice.
week.
Nice. I've never bought any of the gimmick monopolies. I don't think we
No.
don't own Monopoly anyway. But
We've got that one. We've got like 3 Wizard of Oz. One of them's a 3D. I don't know how
Are
that
they
works.
all
We
in
haven't
3D?
opened the box. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's got like pop-ups you can build and stuff. Like I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Are
We
they
haven't
all in
opened it.
3D? I mean,
No, but there's like it's like different 3D. Like
yeah. you
yes,
can-
I understand what you're saying, but yes, they are not just like flat. They are.
Gotcha.
This is 3D, but and then we have like a NASCAR one. I used to be really big into NASCAR like 20 years ago, and a few others. Too many. So yeah.
Nice.
You have a mail message.
We got mail.
We did receive some mail after last week's episode. This one is from Jared in prison. He says, "Loving what you guys are doing. Loving what you guys are doing." And speaking of which, that should have been part of the breaking news. Subway is our new sponsor after last week's show.
After me suggesting that we have 15-year-old, just saying something that's going to get me arrested.
Oh, yes.
I wonder how old she is now. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Except for I went the other way with that one. I went,
You did. That's right. That's right.
feel better about that one.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right, tonight's top 10, our top 10 games. Top 10 games is where we're going. And as always, as always, I can't say as always, but tonight we're going to start with
My number 10 is one of the few video games. I have 3 video games on my list. I have Final Fantasy X.
Ooh,
It's probably the most addictive I've ever been to a video game. I called into work for this game. I really enjoyed even the little mini story with the whatever game they were playing, the soccer game underwater. I loved it. I just had a lot of fun playing this game. It's the first video game I ever saw water done well. Like it looked like water. The cutscenes were amazing. It was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed. It's the only Final Fantasy game I've enjoyed. Of course, I never played 7. I got into them. I've never been much of a gamer, but
right.
yeah. So I just remember Waka, Titus. That was the guy's name, the main character's name. Just a good story. A lot of time involved in that game. Did a lot of got all their legendary weapons, and took me forever to do them all.
I think 7 was the last one I played. 3 was the first one I played. 3 was a lot of fun. I don't really remember 7 too much. I know that's generally considered like everybody's favorite or the best.
That was on the list when I did a quick list for this. It was 7 there.
Yeah.
Not for me. I loved 10 because, of course, I didn't play 7. I was going through. I was in AIT the first time I ever heard anyone playing the Final Fantasy game, and they were playing 7. So
nice. I like it.
Yep, that's my number 10.
My number 10 is cribbage. I love playing cribbage. Played it with my dad growing up, and then there was an older guy across the street who I would walk over there, and we would sit down and play cribbage from the time I was probably 7 or 8 years old. We'd play cribbage together. His wife would give me cookies, and he would get loaded on highballs and
cribbage is a great game. It's really hard to teach.
Yeah, I mean, learning what to keep.
It never fails that I'll be trying to teach someone how to play cribbage, and then you're doing it all, and then they're turn over jacking like, oh, that's knobs for me. It just sounds like you're making cribbage.
Right. Yeah,
it just sounds like you're making stuff up.
It's like what is it on Big Bang? It's cups. When they play cups to give Joey money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds
Well,
like
not
you're
Big
making
Bang.
up the
Yeah.
rules to
Friends.
cribbage when you're trying to teach it. It's like, oh yeah, and then well, how many times of 15 do
Right.
and then oh wait, no. So all mine are spades, but yours don't count because your whole card's not a spade.
That's right. That's
It
right.
just sounds like
You
you're
only get
making.
4, I get 5. Yeah.
Yeah, it just I've tried to teach it to my wife and a couple other people, and it's just it comes off like you're making up the rules as you're going
It
along.
does. But it's a great game, and it's easy to, you take the board and the deck of cards, and you're set. I mean, there's not a lot to. There's
Yeah.
no setup. There's none of that. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great game. I agree. I love it.
All right. Next up. Seven.
All right. My number 9 is
Number 7.
What's that?
Number 7.
Oh, okay. Number 7 is The Resistance.
I've never played it.
Yeah, I imagine you haven't played a lot of my games. So The Resistance is at least a 5-person game. I can't remember exactly how many.
It's futile.
What's that?
It's futile.
No, it's not the cube. Anyway, so at least 2 people are spies, and the other people are not. The spies know who they are, but the other players don't know who the spies are. You have to go on missions, and you rotate who picks the people on the mission. And if there's 5 missions, and if you make all 5, if you make 3 out of the 5, the good guys win. If you fail 3 out of the 5, the bad guys win. So it's kind of a deduction game of who's failing the missions, and
Gotcha.
And then it rotates how many people can go on the missions. So it's not, like the first one, only 2 people go on it. So if you're a spy, you generally won't fail that mission because you don't want them to know you're a spy. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. It was the first party game that I ever bought. And I really enjoy this game. It's a lot of fun. So that's my number 7, The Resistance.
Nice. Sounds like fun. It's funny, you read the instructions of games, you take them out of the box, and they're like 4 pages long of how you play it. And you're like, once you start playing, it's never as hard as the instructions sound.
Some games are. Some games are.
Yeah. My number 7, Pitfall for the Atari 2600. Oh, I can't even count how many hours I spent on this game. Right there, jumping on he's swinging over the alligator or alligators, I forget. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Of course, you can jump on their head, and it's just a fun game. Once you get the timing down, it's kind of like all the games back then. You can kind of run through it pretty quick once you figured out the patterns and the timing. But so addictive.
Yes.
So addictive. So much fun.
So my Atari game would be Kaboom.
Oh yeah.
I have it written down. It's not on my list, but
I think we've talked about that, haven't we? Like there used to be a challenge where if you scored a certain amount of points, you were supposed to take a picture and send it in.
Take a Polaroid, you send it in. They're supposed to give you something. I sent mine in. I never got nothing.
It was like if you hit 1 million points, right, or something like that.
It was something. It was crazy hard though. I remember.
And then the controller started jumping and skipping, and the little bucket started bouncing on the screen, and you're trying to catch it, and the bucket's skipping, and
it was fun. That's all I know. I had a good time.
Oh yeah, it was very fun. It was very, very fun. All right, let's see. Well, other than number 7, we're going to go in order from here, I think, just so I don't confuse myself.
Okay.
So we are going to go with, for an order, we'll go to number 9.
Number 9 for me is the online role-playing game, City of Heroes.
Well, it looks cool.
Yeah, you never played it?
No.
So, it was out about the same time as WoW. WoW's still going, obviously, but yeah, you made a hero, and you I mean, they also came out with City of Villains, and they combined them all. So you're. Did you put that back up?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I wanted to look at the characters.
Yeah, I mean, you made up your own heroes. They gave you all kinds of options as far as creating them. Yeah, and you just run around doing missions, and I never got too far in the game as far as creating. I never played an online role playing game to level. I
Uh-huh.
always played to role play and
Right.
just to have fun.
Yeah.
So, which is, well, I'll get there later. So
Okay.
yeah, so City Heroes is. I was never in it very long, but I had a lot of fun playing it. So, number 9, City of Heroes.
My number 9, sticking with the board game theme, is Clue. So I mean I think everybody knows the basics of this.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds kind of similar to the Resistance, where you're trying to deduce who's doing what, and
Except for I mean, yeah, there is a sense of that, but
right.
you'd have to play with this.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, I like Clue. I mean, we played a lot growing up, and what I like is it actually takes some skill and some paying attention. I'm big on games. I'm not big on games of luck and chance. I like games where there's strategy. Where if
Mhm.
I'm better than you or you're better than me, one of us, you're probably going to win. It's not just look, the 4 6s rolled.
Mhm.
So that's where I am with games for sure. And yeah, I mean the time we spent playing Clue, and
I played this game a lot growing up too.
a lot of it, yeah. And the movie's great too. Movie's fantastic.
I don't
So
think I've
there's
ever
that. You've never seen Clue? Oh,
Nope.
come on. You got to watch it. Oh,
Okay.
it's so good. Okay. Yeah, you sound like you're going to get right on that one.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Add it to your list.
My number 8 is Forbidden Island.
Forbidden Island.
Okay, so this is a cooperative game. So you're all on this island. You get assigned a role, and then you can take actions on your turn. You can shore up. The island's sinking. You're trying to get these treasures. So you need so many cards to collect the treasure, and you have to be on the tile. So anyway, it's sinking. You got to rescue. You got to get the treasures, and then you got to fly off the island. It's by the time you're at the end of the game, tiles are gone off the table, and you're like within like 6 tiles. And I mean, sometimes it goes really well, and you have pretty easy, but most of the time it's a challenge to win. So we play this quite a bit with Josiah. He really likes it. Noah's still a little young for it, but it's a great game that you can play with kids because it's cooperative. So you can tell them what to do. You can always it's always up to them what they do, but you can give them ideas, and so you either win or you lose together as a family or a team, and it's a lot of fun.
That's cool. That's cool. My number 8. Speak Out. And there are other versions of this game as well, but this is a great game. It's fun. You can do it sober. You can do it drunk. You put that mouthpiece in your mouth, and you have to read words, and people have to figure out what you're reading. And it sounds pretty easy, but there's a whole lot of drooling. There's a whole lot of laughing, and it's far harder than you think. But it's a blast. So much fun. Yeah, I think there's several different versions of this.
Yeah, I've never played the game. I've obviously heard of it,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I mean it's a party game. That's
It is. It's definitely a party
laugh,
game.
So.
That is my number 8.
Nice.
We've done number 7, so that takes us.
My number 6 is another video game. It's Major League Baseball, the show. I almost don't care what year you say.
Yeah.
I only played one game in it, which is the Road to the Show. I've never played a franchise in baseball because it's just too much for me. But I do constantly do different scenarios with Road to the Show. I am currently playing a Booster Gold character, and I name them all after comic characters and
Sure.
things that I want. So yeah, I have a lot of fun. I if I'm tired, I get very mad at the game, so I don't play. But generally, I can sit there and play and enjoy it, and even if I strike out a lot,
Nice.
still fun.
So you're better at this than fantasy baseball.
Yeah, don't pretend like you're good at fantasy baseball.
I don't know.
Yeah, all that skill you did auto drafting.
I don't know.
Good times.
Good times. That's right. My number 6, Ocarina of Time, Nintendo 64. What I love about this game is it's really one of the first big world, kind of open world type games that you could play. Riding a horse was fantastic for travel.
You can play it riding a horse?
Yeah. Well, we lived on our farm, and I needed something to do while I was walking the horse. Yeah. And just, it really changed I can't remember if there was anything before that one that was kind of that open world type that wasn't just 2D, that was more of a first person type or third person type game.
I've never played it, so I have no idea.
But this was also the first game where the internet had come out, and there were ways, when you get stuck, you can type in and actually search for cheats on how to make it past certain spots, which I tried not to do, but ended up doing a lot. Now, it wasn't as easy access as there is now for stuff. But so it was probably harder to search how to get past certain parts than it actually would have been to just try and end the game.
Plus, you had to hear the whole AOL dial-up thing.
Yeah. So,
nice.
But yeah, so Ocarina of Time.
I wish I played that.
6. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I do not have a number 5. Oh yeah, I do. All right, my number 5. Pandemic. This was the first board game of modern board games that I ever bought. This is it's the same guy that did Forbidden Island, the same designer. So it's the same kind of system but this one, a disease has taken over the world, which ironically probably hurt cells here recently.
Yeah.
But again, you and your team work together, and you're trying to eradicate these diseases or at least cure them. And there's many ways to lose, many ways to win. One way to win, sorry. And it's pretty much what's that?
Do you play with a mask on?
No, I don't.
No,
I don't.
You don't play masked up.
I played before I was vaccinated, so I was really dangerous.
Ooh, living dangerous on the edge.
But anyway, this is a great game. It's like I said, it's a lot like Forbidden Island. I consider this the harder version of Forbidden Island. There's this one and then that one, and then there's also Desert Island and crazy stuff. But they're all basically the same. Anyway, that's the map of the world. You have to go save everyone. You're there to save the world.
Cool.
Live together, die alone.
Live together, die alone. Oh man, that could probably be a famous line on a show at some point. I like that. You should.
You lost me.
Copyright that. My number 5, Trivial Pursuit. So there's a lot of board games you can play where you sit there for hours, and this is one of them. But I like this one because even if the game takes forever, you're just doing trivia. I mean, it's Trivial Pursuit, but you're just doing trivia, and it's fun to
And you can
everybody
talk
go
between
to.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're just reading the cards back and forth and not actually playing the game, it's still fun to do. You don't even have to have a winner if you don't want to, but um, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And of course, there's so many different versions of it. Easier questions, harder questions. Of course, I always wanted the entertainment or the sports questions, and I always ended up getting the nature or the history, or which is probably better in the long run. But yeah, such a
Yeah,
fun.
that's the only thing I don't like about Trivial Pursuit is I don't like to feel stupid when I'm trying to have fun, and that game does it to me quite a bit.
It's a way to learn. It's
Yeah,
a teaching experience, teaching moment.
maybe if I was more smart.
More smarter for sure, for sure. All right.
My number 4 is Dead of Winter. I think I've actually had this game for show and tell. Anyway, you're all part of a colony after a zombie apocalypse. There's 5 locations you can go to other than, I believe it's 5, maybe 6, that you can go to other than the colony. You go out, you try to basically live. You do a scenario, and there's conditions that you have to meet to win. The interesting thing about this game, if you're playing with 6 people, there's a chance that one of you is a betrayer and working against the group. So it really takes the whole Walking Dead thing and makes it a game.
Nice.
So it's a very fun game. I wish I knew 7 people here that would want to play it, or even
Yeah.
more. It's
Yeah.
hard to get this many people to play. When the
Right.
boys are old enough, we can all play it because it's a lot of fun.
So when the boys grow up and then they have kids and they're old enough to play, then you have 6. Nice.
What? Well, I guess so. Anyway, but it's a stop with the math. I told you how I posted about Trivia Pursuit. Anyway, yeah, it's a great game. It's a lot of fun.
I've never even heard of most of these games.
I know. All your games are old games. My games are modern games.
Well, honestly, we haven't played board games in ages. God, I can't remember the last time we sat down and played a board game. Well, there's not a lot of board games for 2 people. There's really not.
Lost Cities. Check it out. You like it.
Okay. That was number 4, right?
Yes.
Pictionary. Nothing makes me happier than drawing something and pointing at it 100 times
It's
to
a
show you
snowman.
that's right. It's obvious. It's so obvious what I just drew for you, and you're not even close. Yeah. It's just a fun game, and there's other games like it that are just as good.
Okay, so I'm going to give you an option of this game. Telestrations. Have you ever played that?
I have, yes.
Okay, so I think that's a better version of Pictionary because it's telephone with drawing,
Right.
So, yeah, I don't think I'd ever go back to Pictionary after playing Telestrations.
Really?
Yeah, it's because it makes me laugh a lot harder.
Yeah.
And then you're drawing every time, and you're guessing every time, and
Right.
so you're never waiting for another team. It's
Sure.
always going around. So.
Right.
So anyway, but yeah, Pictionary is great. It's a fun game. I agree.
It is. All right.
My number 3 is another video game. It's the Madden franchise. I can't pick a year.
Yeah.
This sports games are the only things I play generally on any console. And Madden is a game that I could do all the drafting, all the coaching, and just watch the computer play.
Really?
Yep. I have no problem doing that. So to me, it's the team building, and I try to do it different every time I do it. Like this team is going to be the 85 Bears. All defense, a little bit of running, so, and that's how I play these games. So anyway, Madden.
Yeah, it's a great series of games. I mean, it's a little ridiculous that they have to put out a new one every year when they could just update the rosters. But yeah, I remember the first time I played was back in, oh my goodness, it must have been 91, 92, and it was just in a computer, and it was all text. No, it was text. It was all text. So it would run the play, and it would tell you that your team gained 10 yards or 8 yards, or there was nothing. There was no. You weren't actually playing
before 92.
Yeah,
because I remember playing in junior high, and we graduated in 93.
Yeah.
So or make it sound like we graduated together, same school,
right?
But same age. So yeah, so I remember maybe it was high school. I don't know. You might be right.
Let me see here. First Madden football was 1988 on the Apple II. It was later ported to MS-DOS and the Commodore 64. Maybe I played it on the Commodore 64. I bet I did. And that was in DOS. So
yeah, I don't remember ever playing on Commodore 64.
That's what I played Kaboom on as well, was a Commodore 64. Yeah.
Not the Atari 2600?
No, my cousin had Kaboom. I didn't have Kaboom. But I played, of course, when he had it. I went to his place a lot because, well, he's family, and plus he had a game I liked. So
yes.
Yeah. So that was number
3.
My number 3. Borderlands on the PS3. This was one of the first PS3 games that came out. Very open world, multiplayer online game, although we didn't play much multiplayer. But actually, we would actually go to a buddy's house and we would all take our TVs. This one I lived in the dorms on base, and we'd take our TVs and we'd have 4 TVs hooked up, and we'd all hook up to a LAN and all play on the same, all a different character.
That's how I played Halo in Alaska.
Yeah, so much fun. And I imagine if that had been Halo instead of Borderlands, then Halo probably would have been my number 3. Again, it's like certain comedy movies and stuff. It's who you're with when you're playing them or watching them.
100%.
That makes them that good. So Borderlands 2 was also good, but Borderlands 1 I just loved. Searching for all the weapons, finding the different weapons in the caches. Upgrading and going through the whole thing. So Borderlands Claptrap is one of the all-time great video game characters. Just good. So good.
Nice.
That's my number 3. Many, many hours on that game.
My number 2 is my favorite MMORP of all time, which is Star Wars Galaxies.
That was pretty nice.
Yeah, I played this game for 10 years. I played it for a decade. It did nothing but grow my love of the franchise of Star Wars. I met some really cool people, met some of them in real life. It was just fun. And I never was good at the game.
What was the more recent Star Wars MMORPG?
Old
Republic. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I played that as well. I didn't like it nowhere near as much as this. That was just too old Knights of the Old Republic-y. It was.
Yeah.
Which is a great video game. Don't get me wrong.
It is.
But Star Wars Galaxies felt like I was my own person in that universe.
Sure.
And that's what I loved. And
yeah.
And like I told you, I play these type of games different than most people. I don't care about being good. I created a character. I named Snags Monetary, and I spent the whole time spamming that I was trying to sell worthless loot I have an eyeball, a liver, darn near a whole pet, and that's all I would do. And I would try to sell people permits for stuff that they didn't need permits for. That's what I would do, and I had so much fun. It's where I got where I got Grabs Granite. That's where I got the name. That was my first. I got tired of playing that game and seeing all these really cool looking people, and so I was like, you know what? I'm making an old man, and Grabs Granite refers to reaching for a tombstone. That's how I came up with the name. Was this old man, and I made him a musician in the cantina. So it's not like I was out fighting and doing adventuring. I was just talking, and that's all I did. And I had so much fun playing that game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that I still occasionally look for emulators and try to play that game. And And the thing is, it's all about combat. There's hardly any social to it, and that's what I loved about my time playing this game. Was it was all social for me. It was me interacting with other nerds in the Star Wars universe. Yeah, so I love it. Love that game.
Love it. Yeah, I never played that one. I played Knights of the Old Republic, and then I played Old Republic when it came out. I wasn't a big fan of Old Republic, but that's because, well, it was out at the same time as another one on my list. Really having more than one MMORPG going at the same time is
darn near impossible.
Yeah, I mean, some people do it, but it's tough it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my number 2, Mario Kart 64. Oh my goodness. The time spent on this. Oh my gosh. I played this for even after the newer Nintendos had come out, the newer consoles had come out. Going back to this game, those tracks are the best tracks still that Mario Kart has. There's just something about it, the music, the knowing that black bullet's coming to hit you and not being able to do anything about it right before the finish line. So much good stuff. Such a great game. And it's still, if you have if you're looking at buying or selling old N64 games, you're going to look to pay $60 or $70 for that one.
I imagine so.
Still,
I think you can get that like on the Switch.
You can, yes.
And so I'm kind of keeping an eye out for a decent sale to buy the boys a Switch because the boys love Mario right now.
Right.
I never personally played this. I don't think I had it in 64. I don't remember if I did or not. But yeah, it's something I know about it. I mean, I had played it at people's houses and whatnot, but yeah, good game.
Who doesn't love Rainbow Road? All right, that takes us to
all right, my number 1 is a tabletop RPG, and it goes right along with the Star Wars. It's the Star Wars RPG, and I honestly don't care if you want to use this latest one by Fantasy Flight, or you want to go to the West End Games D20, which is the first one I ever played. I love making a character and being in that universe. So thanks to my friend Martine, who introduced me to this game when I was 19, and I still occasionally go upstairs and roll a character, even though I don't get to play.
That's cool.
It grew my love of this whole Star Wars that I still have to this day. Maybe not as strong. I'm not into it quite as much as I was, but I still I love it, and I will play this game in a drop of a hat if I ever get the chance. So
nice.
So yep.
I mean, there's got to be places that still have a lot of it going on, I would imagine.
Yeah, I live in such an isolated area.
Of course.
It would have to be online, and
Of course.
I don't want to go looking for men online who want to play games or women
Especially if they're over 18.
or 15 or under 15. But they make the best movies. See, even there, that screen is there. Anyway,
What's that? A
nothing.
screen. What were you saying about the?
The square is there.
It's not.
It's not.
I don't see a square there. I don't
Okay,
know.
so it's from the G down. The gritties,
I
right?
see a square.
You don't see a square there?
No,
Huh.
like it covers up my whole screen.
Well, yeah, it's all there, but inside that square, there's a little box in there.
I don't see it.
Okay.
Other than the border at the bottom of the page that has the
No, so
scrolling-
like where my square is on the screen right now? It's like it never goes away except for you can see the other square. You can see the stuff through it. I mean, you can see it's where it says dark and gritty. Everything's there, but there's a little highlight of a square there. Yeah, you don't have to keep.
Well, I probably cut and paste that onto a black background
Mhm.
for that.
Okay.
I mean, that's different than the other square on the intro for our TV.
No, it's the same thing. That's the thing. It's the same thing that I see there.
I'm going to have to take a screenshot and send you what I see and see if it's the same as what you're seeing.
Oh, how do I take a screenshot?
Like I'm going to let me see. Can I do snipping tool here? I can do snipping tool.
We have technical issues.
Yeah, hold on. Here we go. It disappears too fast before I can. I know there's probably like a control something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I will. I'll get a picture at some point and send it to you because now
It
I'm
don't
really
matter.
curious.
We'll just keep
All right.
playing dark and gritty.
My number one.
Well,
Do you see a square there?
yeah, it's still there.
Huh. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't
So if you go up to the right of the screen, about an inch and a half down from the Midlife Vices logo.
Oh, I see it now. Okay. So if there's three dots on the right hand side of that, and I can actually click remove. I can remove you from stream. Oh no, that's your box. Okay, yeah, this is just an overlay. So it's overlaying our screens is all it's doing. So our boxes are still behind in the background of what's up there.
Okay, see, I don't see yours though.
No, I see mine. So maybe it's because I'm the primary. Well, which did you log in with? Did you log in with administrator or did you log in with?
I don't know. I just go to StreamYard and whatever's there, I'm there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They're both there for me. Okay. Now I got you. Yeah. That's just because it's an overlay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. I was like,
All right.
I see it everywhere now.
So my number one, World of Warcraft. So, man, I talked about hours I spent on some of those other games, but it doesn't compare to hours I spent on WoW. And I tried to play it again about 6 months ago, and it went through some changes, and I've went through some changes. I mean, I'm very deep.
I went through some changes,
and it's a little more cartoonish, and it's, I guess it's the same complaint people have had since it went away from the original vanilla WoW, as they call it, and changed to start making it more user friendly. But now leveling is so fast and everything. But yeah, so the hours spent playing this, leveling characters, I was always a hunter because it was the easiest just to stand back and push a button and shoot arrows rather than having to fight in close. And I got into guilds and we did dungeons and raids. And again, for me, like you mentioned, it was more about the social side of it. I mean, I wasn't really a big fan of just going in and playing the game by myself, but if I was in a group of people, doing stuff, it was way, way more fun. I guess it's
Yeah.
like for everything with me, comics and all that kind of stuff. You know, the more people involved in doing it makes it more enjoyable for me. But
And
holy
then,
cow,
the situations like Leroy Jenkins. I mean, we live
uh,
for stuff like that. You know
yeah,
that
absolutely.
that's what's fun about these games.
Yes.
Everyone has a story similar.
Yeah.
Not like that one. Obviously, that
Yeah.
went viral, but everyone's been a part of something where they either did something really stupid,
Yeah.
which I did a lot,
Yeah.
and most of the time on purpose. So another thing I would always do is I would send mistells. Did you ever get that where you would accidentally send someone that you were talking to a private message, but then you would mean to send one to someone else, and you would hit the wrong button and send it to the person that you were
Send it
talking
back to the same person? Sure. Yeah.
to? So I would do that, but I would do it in global chat. I would do it in
Oh,
casual chat, and I would make stuff up
yeah.
like yeah, well, my sister really looks good in that bra, and then I would just send that out, and and I would do that all the time, and people eventually catch on that hey,
Right.
that's just grabs, and but I had so much fun just coming up with wild stuff to say. So anyway, go on, man. I
Yeah.
miss playing games.
Yeah. Again, Warcraft was uh, just for probably, let me see, a good 8 to 10 years, like you mentioned. For you, it was about the same for me, and then I kind of weaned off of it. But uh, and then what I liked is there's so much. No matter what you like doing it, whether it was just leveling or some people just did professions and sold in the auction house, and they didn't
Mhm.
actually even play the game. They just went around and like you were talking about, just mined and or made leather or whatever they had to do. Then there were the guilds with that did raids or that just did dungeons or hard dungeons or easy dungeons or battlegrounds, PvP, all of it. So many different options, and it's still a game that is popular 20 years later. Uh, it's been 20 years and they haven't really updated anything. And now there's a whole server to go back and play the original version that doesn't have all the added on stuff.
Is there a free version of the game yet?
Uh, no, I don't think there is. But you can go back and play, and it's just up to it's past vanilla, the first expansion.
This is what we should do. We should
Burning
find
Crusade is yeah.
we should find a new RPG and we should play
Uh,
it and start a group.
what a train! I mean, that's this the segue is amazing. What a segue! Uh, like so, you just mentioned that a book shipped to
Mhm.
you. I'm also going to be receiving one here real shortly, probably next week, week after. And I don't know, Jason, if you're going to be interested. Have
I
you
got I
already
got to
talked
get
to
in
him
touch
about
with
it?
Chris Evans, see if he still wants to play
Right. So this is the Marvel
multiverse RPG game.
Multiverse RPG that is just coming out. It's going to be brand new, and
The
we're going to
Marvel
do it
616
online.
system.
What's that?
The Marvel 616 system.
It is, yes. I haven't looked to see the updates. I know there was a lot of changes from the original plan and
So
all
I've
that. So
done
seeing the
so
book's going
they
to be
sold
interesting.
these at San Diego Comic-Con. So
Uh,
people have them in hand, and
okay.
there's some reviews online, and I've looked at some of them. Apparently, like half the book is character profiles for existing characters in case you want to play like Spider-Man or stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. Which to me, that's not the funnest thing. To me, making your own character is where it's at. But if anyone wants to play a character that's already
Give
exists,
me the thwip. I'll take the thwip all day.
well, I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying for me, it's funner to make up a character.
Are you calling me a loser? Like you've just been like
Well,
I don't know what I
I
did
do
to
it
anger
every
you
day. This
tonight.
time it's just to your face.
So
Man, why do you make me say stuff like that? Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. Now this is obviously a tabletop game, and
right.
I am not a GM normally, so this will be interesting. But
Yeah.
like, there's already an X-Men expansion coming out.
Oh really?
Yeah. Well, not it's it's going to
Yeah.
come out. They haven't
Right.
announced the date or anything like that. But
Okay.
yeah,
Gotcha.
so and I'll probably and once I start buying the RPG, I generally buy all the supplements and until I get a certain amount, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. But
So when are you going to find the time to play
I
this
don't
game?
know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I mean that's the problem. I
Right.
think that's the problem we all face is time.
Well, Midlife Vices might turn into the Midlife Vices Marvel 616 RPG.
Yeah, I mean we could do a show, one night, see if some people want to play. So if you have any interest, can't even talk, in playing an RPG, get in contact with me. Let me know.
Yeah.
So if you want,
And what are we looking at? Like probably 3 months, 4 months before we're ready to go, or
well, yeah, I mean you have to read the book first.
Right,
You obviously have
yeah.
to understand the rules. I mean, like for the Star Wars game, there's a beginner's game where you can just go through it and read and get an idea. And
Right.
so and that's my thing with RPGs is I am not a stickler for the rules. If you want to do something I don't know how to do it, I will make something up on the spot.
Right.
As long as we're all having fun, that's what counts.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it. I'm looking forward to that too. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to
me
reading
too.
that book, to looking through the book, because it looks like a really nice book.
It does. I'm glad I pre-ordered it. That'll be in. I guess today was the final cutoff or the last day to pre-order for September, October.
I don't
And I
know.
missed that, so this will be my first month on
Oh,
my comic shop. Yeah.
oh, yeah. I don't know when their last day was, but
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the new
Tomorrow.
previews coming out.
Yeah. So that's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to getting that book and reading through it. And I've only played like 2 hours of a RPG tabletop before, so
Here's my thing: even if you never actually play the game, the
Mhm.
book is worth owning.
That's why I bought it. Yeah.
It's a really nice book. Well, obviously, I haven't seen this one in person yet, but from what I've seen online, it's a really nice book. The Star Wars books were just gorgeous. There's good art in them. They're just great. I want to collect RPG core rulebook.
Yeah. Right. Cool. All right. Well, that should do it for us tonight. I'm thinking. So August, we're looking at Jason's not going to be around, so our viewer is going to be out of town without time to watch the show. That's going to be. So we'll be doing it for ourselves. That'll be fun.
Like my sex life.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
Just kidding.
Hi, Jim's mom. Do you know? Is she still watching the whole show?
I don't know.
Has she commented to you at all about anything that's been said? No.
She hasn't said anything. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right.
Anyway. All right. Fun show. This was man. So we'll try and come up with something for next week, I guess.
You're not going to wait till 3 days before, like I did.
This was an easy list.
I had something. I changed it because
Yeah, you did, and it was actually easier to do this one than it would have been to do the other one.
Yeah.
Well, because we'd kind of already done the other one, it would have been a little different.
I don't remember.
And we can still do that next week. Catchphrases or like
just funny
one-liners or
lines that really made us laugh.
Yeah, funny lines. I mean, because we've done catchphrases, but we haven't done funny lines.
Yeah, just quips or stuff that made you laugh.
Yeah, quips, very quippy. But we'll see. We will let you all know. So thanks everybody for watching. We have been Midlife Vices, the Booster Gold of YouTube shows, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.